Hello everyone, I'm Kent, and today I'm going to be doing a quick review on Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. I have two children. I taught both of them how to read using this method. I highly recommend it. As you can see, it is very well used. The kids need a tangible book in their hands that they can use, not like an e-version or anything like that. So they've got to get the paperback copy. What sold me on this book before I even bought it was first that it was highly rated, highly recommended, and second, if you look here, it says that it is published by Simon & Schuster, and I have actually seen other work by Simon & Schuster, such as the Pimsleur lessons, and I learned to speak and listen to Mandarin Chinese that way, so I knew that this was going to be a pretty good book. So in the very front of the book, it talks about how this method works, and this is a layout of all of the alphabet that it teaches. You can see that some of these things are like letters that are stuck together, the S and the H to make a sh. And it's wanting to teach your child that these are all one sound right here. So it puts them together and later on it will separate them. Or like there's a line over the E, which makes it a long E instead of this one, which is a short E, eh. Okay, A, it does the same thing too. A and ah, like that. And it shows what lesson they all appear in. So it's like every other lesson they introduce something new. And also you can see in the very beginning there's the letter D, and they don't even introduce B until lesson number 54 because they want to help your child differentiate the D and the B. So many kids mix these two things up, and this book really helps to clarify that. So the first about 10 lessons, your kid is probably going to blow straight through because it's just individual sounds. There's a, s, e, and that sort of deal. Now, your kid can also be writing the whole time that they're doing this. If you see, so what lesson are we on here? Lesson 13. We're getting to where they're going to start to try to teach sentences. See, me, eat. Okay, so you see there's dots underneath each, and it's got arrows teaching the kid what direction to go to, because in the beginning, again, they don't know what direction it's supposed to be read. They don't know if it's supposed to go this way, that way, and they will try both ways, which is why you got the dot and it goes through this way. But as you progress, every other lesson it introduces a new letter, and then it tries to incorporate that letter into the words that they are reading. See, there was I, and now suddenly it's putting the I's inside of the words too. Okay, so let's keep on going. Okay, when it gets into the sentence parts, you'll see these squares appear. And that's just to help the kid know it needs to stop there, this is a word, this is a word, this is a word, like that. Because they're not used to that yet. Keep on going. Okay, so this is around lesson 30-ish or something. Okay, you see, this little cat can run in sand. That little cat can sit on sand. See the feet. So again, they've got these letters, they're mixing them up into words, and they're trying to use what words they have learned to make sentences. Do the sentences make a whole lot of sense? Not all of the time, but that's not the point. The point is you're teaching the kid to read, you're practicing their tongue, and just being fluent in reading sentences. Now let me show you what happens at lesson number 50 or so. One moment here. Here's 45. And then in 50, suddenly they drop the dots that are underneath the letters, because by this time your child will very likely know that this is a word, this is a word, this is a word. And you'll see that there are little letters here too. Those are silent letters. And the silent letters are to be skipped right over by the child. Like, for example, eat. The A is silent, but they stick it in there still because they want your kid to know that is how the word is. And eventually it's going to train your child to know that the word eat has that silent A, and like the word kick has a silent K in there. Okay, let's skip on to lesson 75 and show you what happens. This is another big leap. Where are we here? Lesson 70, okay. All right, and right before we do that, I want to show you these lines over the letters. The silent small letters, suddenly everything is going to change to become normal, because these are like training wheels. And suddenly by lesson 75, they're going to be taking these training wheels off. So here we go. I believe that was it. Okay, 75, here we go. All right, so now they're reading. There's no capital letters still, but you'll see now there's a title, and the font has changed. They don't put the TH together, the CH together, the SH together to make the t, ch, sh, those kinds of sounds. But instead it has a normal font. But what they're going to do now is they're going to try to incorporate some capital letters into it. Even though the lowercase letters are the way to go as far as reading things, you still got to start your sentences with a capital letter, and that's when they finally incorporate that. Let me show you lesson 100, show you the final deal. They still have the underlines under everything to keep your kid in check, but this is, I believe that this is around the top lessons right here, and you can see it is a full page. If your child is 3 years old and very bright, or if they're 4 years old, this is probably a very good time to start. It's going to get them ahead in the classroom. They're going to understand things, and whatever the teacher teaches them is going to stick to them if you use these methods. It'll get them up to, I want to say, maybe a first grade reading level. And once again, I highly recommend this. You got to be hands-on with your kids with many things when it comes to education. Reading is one of them. This is the book. You got to get this book.